Humongous result for Blackburn Rovers as we get back to winning ways. But just how good or bad were Blackburn Rovers today? We'll take a little look at it next. That's right, folks. Back once again with another match review. Looking back at Blackburn Rovers' latest match out in the Championship, and we'll get to it in just 1 second. And if you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, World Football related. We got it all here, boys. Under Warruski. That's right, Rovers back to bloody winning ways. Reading, unfortunately, who are flying high, or decent form anyway, up the table, of course, were at the receiving hand of a clear Rovers victory. Of course, there was no bone of contention there, no sort of no shit show extraordinaire for Rovers. We were back to our best, and I'll tell you why that is in just a second. Big shout out to my beat uppies. They are the Patreons, boys, because thank you for your continued support behind the scenes. But anyway, let's get in the deep end and have a look at the game then itself. It did take place earlier today. 2-0 win for Blackburn Rovers. No DS on the score sheet, that is. But the key personnel were back. The only personnel missing was, of course, Harry Pickering. But you know what? It's okay. We've got Tyrhys, and Tyrhys is absolutely fantastic. Anyway, let's take a look at the numbers here. Here are those numbers. It was a quick fire 3-minute spree for Blackburn Rovers on the 61st minute. Sam Gallagher was there to hit on him, as strikers do, after Joe Rothwell bloody just signed the pissing contract. Joe Rothwell, please, I'm telling you, I'm begging you, please, Joe Rothwell, sign the pissing bloody contract. You are one of a kind. You're a rare beast. They don't make footballers like you anymore. What you going to go over there and play with Stevie Gerrard for? He's going to piss off before you even get there. You'll sign the deal and he'll piss off, and you'll end up with some bag shitter. I don't know, some shit guy will take over Rangers, and you'll be left with it. And of course, you'll regret it. As of course, Rovers are a working project, and we could be very well much a top 6 contender. Do you want to miss out on the fun for that? No. Sign the pissing deal. Show your intent for the club. Show your intent for the badge, because we need you. We need you just as you need us. We're going to be taking you forward. If you could just bear with us. 18 months, I can guarantee you. Well, I won't say guarantee you, but there's definitely the potential of Premier League football there. Anyway, his driving force in the midfield just turns things from a lost cause to an actual potential threat for Rovers. And that's what, of course, happened today with Sam Gallagher. It was Sam Gallagher's day today. This goal wasn't a picture book goal. It was a tap-in. The work was done by Joe Rothwell. But it was Sam's day of all the attackers. And well, out of him and Diaz. He hit the bar as well earlier, but this one, of course, scrappy dappy do efforts for that fantastic shot that should have went in the back of the net in the first half. So 1-0 it was, and then the second goal. Goodness gracious, just take the rest of the night off. Get yourself sat in front of the TV. Put on some earmuffs or something like that. Get maybe, I don't know, a bottle of beer or soda, whatever you like, popcorn, and just watch that Tyrhys Dolan goal on repeat. I tell you, it was absolutely fantastic. Beautiful goal. And you know what? I've seen, Tyrhys has scored a couple of goals this season. This one is a banger. This makes him, this actually bumps him up another level. Not just an average sort of player with a couple of tricks in his locker. This guy is starting to show that he's actually a bloody player. You know, he's got all the tricks in the locker. And again, he's still a work in progress. 2 more years with Tyrhys, and he'll be a player, an absolute player. And of course, that goal will be one to compare his future goals to. That one was a cherry on top. 64th minute, that was game, set, and match. Reading did, of course, start through the kitchen sink at us, but Rovers held firm, finally keeping a clean sheet, and of course, not conceding a 2-goal lead. This is, of course, the shots and stuff, but the tape is here. Possession goes in favour of Reading, 62% compared to our 38. But we had 12 shots in that 38 possession stat there. They had 12 shots also. We had 5 off target, they had 3 off target as well. Shots saved, 4 for the keeper, 2 for them, for ours. 2 corners apiece. We have more free kicks as well. And they were caught offside just the once. Let's take a look at a deeper lining the facts in the stats then. This is the tail of the tape. Overall grand scheme of things. Yeah, we did hit the woodwork at least once. Twice, it says. Yes, that's right. I think the second hit the woodwork was Joe Rothwell to come back in favour in the path of Sam Gallagher, tap on home. But as you can see, yes, they do pass possession. Yes, they do pass success rate and all this kind of stuff down here. But this is where it's all at. Down here, look at that, big chances, 2 of them, one of them missed, the other one scored, hit the woodwork twice, 3 counter-attack, 3 counter-attack shots, 3 shots, 8 shots inside the box, Absolutely incredible. The duels won 64 to their 41. We wanted it more. We wanted the desire more. Aerial duels as well won 20 to their 12. Tackles as well, 21 to their 10, 28. So they have all the ball, but guess what? We're fighting. We're fighting for it. And of course, that is there in black and white or green and blue in the old stats there. As for the first half, it was more in favour of Reading. As you can see, the possession was more in favour. We did hit the woodwork in the first half as well with Sam Gallagher's effort. And again, more in favour there, but again, we wanted it more. All down here, you can see it. You can see how the hard work was there to be seen. Second half, Rovers really cranked up a notch, and that's when we got the goals. And that first 15-20 minutes in the second half, it was that was our moment to win this game. A couple of injuries to Rovers, Nyambe and Ayala were taken off. Fortunately, we've only got a week now. We've got a week off until we're back, and I'm hoping one or both of those guys are back next week, because we will have a look at the starting lineup. All right, then, so let's take a look at the starting lineup then, shall we? Of course, kicking off with Rovers. Kaminsky between sticks, Daniel Ayala alongside Dolan in the centre of defence. Taylor Dunn at left back, Nyambe at right back. Tell you what, Taylor Dunn is an absolute little pickup. Billy Bargain as well. As for the midfield trio with Travis, Rothwell, Buckley, that is, on paper, it's official, the best three midfielders that we have. And they are working a treat right now, all working for each other. They've all understand their role. And keeping them fit as well, massive. And again, going forward, Diaz, Dolan and Gallagher, they are our best three on paper. The only conundrum I have in the future is, of course, if they stay fit, they're great. But what's going to happen when Bradley Dacarino comes back? You know what I mean? What do we do then? What do we do? You know, does Dak take up the Tyrhys sort of role? I mean, a kind of free-floating sort of player or what? I don't know. But Taylor coming in at left back gives Pickering some food for thought, because right now, I think Taylor has a spot in this team. You know, I don't know if it's guaranteed that he's going to be left back, of course, but he's showing some hard work and he's taking his chance while Pickering is on the physio table. As for the subs, we did see Bradley Johnson coming on for Nyambe, Pavida. In fact, Pavida came on for Nyambe, Johnson came on for Ayala. In fact, Van Heck came on for Ayala, whatever. You know what I mean. Pavida got rid of the cornrows. That's news. We've got to get that in there. As for Reading, they had Luke Southwood between sticks. Not necessarily the first goalkeeper, I don't think. Liam Moore, decent centre-back there. Scott Down as well, still a decent centre-back, despite his ripe old age. Abdul Rahman Baba, and then, of course, formerly of Chelsea. Andy Yidam as well, to make some attacking right-backs. Josh Laurent as well. Ovi Ajara, Danny Drinkwell, of course, experienced head there. John Swift had a lot of chances to pull the trigger, but unfortunately, no. Femi Aziz was taken off. Of course, Tom Deli Bashiraru up top in a kind of new look Reading side there. So Raphael was on the bench. I thought he would start. Tom Holmes, Taylor Ashcroft, Claudio Osraro. We did see like Jamari Carlark and George Pushkas coming on to little or no effect. Let's take a look at some shot grid then, shall we? Of course, Rovers represented by the orange. Again, a lot of shots in the box and, of course, quite a few outside the box. As for Reading, they seem to prefer outside the box. To pull the trigger as well. I am getting confused with this. Again, they did have more touches than we do. They had more passes than we do. But of course, we were the ones that were scrappy enough to try and get the ball back as soon as we could. Let's take a look at the heat maps then, shall we? Of course, Rovers throwing on the right-hand side. That would be the Nyambe effect. Of course, this pocket down here, very hot commodity. As for the left-hand side, Teodon kind of drifted around a little bit, to be fair, but it all counts. It all kind of materialised through the middle, I think, for the goals, really. Joe Rothwell's run through the middle. Tyrhys actually was coming down the left-hand side for his goal as well. As for Reading, again, lots of grass covered. Again, preferring down the left-hand side here. As you can see, these two pockets of orange to kind of indicate where they preferred. As for the match rating, Sam Gallagher gets the 8.5 man of the match there, with Tyrhys with 8.1. I'll probably flip those around at least, give Tyrhys Dolan the man of the match in my eyes. Teodon I thought was good. Again, they've underrated him, as they have underrated Ryan Nyambe. What else do we have there? Reading, I don't know who their best player was today, to be fair. I think maybe Swift had a lot of involvement. I don't really know. They were all a little bit biddy, you know what I mean? It just didn't really work out for them. As for, of course, the events all took place down here. A couple of first half substitutes forced for both sides there, and all the goals and cards pretty much all in the second half there, as it got a little bit nippy at the end. But all in all, not a bad performance there by Blackburn Rovers as we come out on top with a 2-0 win. And again, when you look at the table, it is very, very tight. And I've been saying this the whole time. There are 4 teams that are going to be competing for the top 2 spots. And then there's 2 spots wide open in the playoffs. And you will see that in the league table in just a minute. But before all that, what about you, Mowbray? What do you think about that result? Finally, a result going in favour in the win column. What do you think, Tony? Take it away.
Well, I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. Joe Rothwell going on a long surging run. It's my job is to try and get Joe to do that 4 or 5 times each half, not once or twice. It's as I said to him at half time, we need more, Joe. You had one brilliant run, one half a run and no end product. We've seen him do it in the last home game. He scored one and made one with brilliant long surging runs. And yeah, listen, he's a young lad who's never really played centre midfield, to be honest. He's that's why we play 3 in midfield, because if I'm being brutally honest with you, he isn't that good. He's got a lot of learning to do about out of possession playing in midfield and how to stop people and when to put a foot in and tackle somebody. And but with the ball, he's a sensation at times. So happy with Joe. The good thing for me is that he's trying really hard out of possession. He's trying to mark people. He's trying to check his shoulders at where the ball's going and cut off passing lines, and he's getting better. So yeah, a brilliant goal from Dolan. I thought they all worked at it, but I genuinely don't ever sit here and say, oh, the team got outworked today. I think this team are a fantastic. To all the supporters who come and watch this team, they should be happy that their team are a bunch of kids that are really, really grafting for the team. And if I'm honest, I think they had some better individuals today, more technical footballers, and yet we showed what you can achieve by sheer hard work today, I think. Listen, Ayala's been really good for us this year. I think I said to him at half time after the game there, I need him to, he's mature, he's 31, 32, 33. I asked him when he felt his calf, and he said he always felt it for a week or two now. And I would prefer, because I have tough calls. I said John Paul Van Heck down in my office this week and tell him he's not going to play, and yet he's played really well for us in a back three. But playing against this team today, I wanted to play a 4. I think it was important to have extra players at home in the more forward advanced areas rather than playing 3 at the back. But if I knew Daniel had been struggling for a while with his calf, it would have been a much easier call for me. I'd have pulled Daniel in, said, listen, give it a week's rest, you'll be fine next week. Because I do think John Paul is made of the right stuff. I played centre-half for 18 years, and I see warrior traits in him. He wants to win headers, he wants to tackle people, he wants to put his body in the way. And so I think he's, as a young man who's doing very well for us. And just our lads are all having a bit of fun with him in the dressing room there, because he should have scored there. It was harder to miss than score, I think, at the death there. But pleased with him, and disappointed for Daniel. Yeah, let's wait and see after a scan on probably on Monday morning, see what the damage is.
Friday then, what's going on social media? Take a look. Then, shall we? New York Rovers can't believe we're a point off the playoffs, but I guess that's the wackiness of this division. Big win for the boys. Celebrate it, Rovers fans. Linz Lewis said he'll never get the same plaudits as Diaz and Dolan, who are both brilliant. But Sam Gallagher, you continue to grow in our affections. An absolute workhorse who is now getting the goals he deserves. We are delighted for him. Adam Saltuki said, get in there. We finally hold a 2-goal lead. Imagine if we'd had done that against Luton and Coventry, we'd be comfortably in the playoffs. But that's Rovers. Chris BRFC said, not a great game, but brilliant win, lads. Back to winning ways. Tyrhys, Dolan, what a goal. Solly, Solstice says, consistently inconsistent today. Consistent. It is, of course, Kaminsky's birthday. Meanwhile, moving forward, Sean Fox said, thank God we desperately needed that to stop the slide. 3 points, clean sheet, can't ask for more. Ayala, especially Naomi, injuries are concerning, but just have to keep our fingers crossed. Dolan, Gallagher, Van Heck, and Ian, very good today. I agree with all of that. Mike Delap said this, Rovers far from the polished, but deserve the win. Hit the killer blows and restricted the opposition the chances to do the same. Should have been more, but more than 2 as well. I really rated the work rate of Van Heck at the back. Rothwell, the difference further forward. You know what? Van Heck made an absolute blazing run from the back there, and of course he managed to get the shot off, but unfortunately he put it wide. It would have been a goal extraordinaire. And there's some other bits in here. What we got? Chris Martin said, tell you what, help you'll feel much better after the injury. Signing a new contract, that's I think aimed at Nyambe there. I retweeted that sucker. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty quiet on the social media considering the big W. Moving forward, what else are we going on out in the championship? Let's take a look then, shall we? Of course, these other results. Cardiff, Mick McCarthy is a goner. Goodness gracious me, sacked today. Who comes in? I don't know. We'll have to see. Meath Coventry against Derby, 1-1 there. West Brom 3-0 winners over Bristol City. Luton Town 1-0 winners over Hull City. I think they're the biggest movers up into maybe into the playoffs. Bournemouth 3-0. They remain unbeaten. Birmingham 2-1 over Swansea, big win for them. Blackpool beat Preston, and of course that local affair there, they're going to be bragging rights. They did the double so far. They've beaten us, they've beaten them. Millwall 2-1 winners over Stoke, Peterborough 2-1 winners over QPR. Tomorrow though, Barnsley, Sheffield United, and Forest against Fulham in a couple of zingers right there. What about the table? Let's have a look at the table. This is the table. We actually leapfrogged Reading in the process. Happy bloody days. We're on 20 points, just 1 point off of 5th. There you go. That's how tight it is right now. Luton and Middlesbrough are your biggest winners. They're up to 6 right now. If the season was to end today, they will be in the playoffs. Blackpool above us, above Preston. They're the kings of the North West at the moment, but of course that will only be a minor blip. But Rovers back to winning ways. Finally a big W in the L column there. Bristol City also a bit slippy right now, just 1 minute 6 or 1 minute 5 there. So yeah, so it's quite forever changing at the moment over in the Championship. And like I said, those 3 of the 4 spots are already occupied by the teams that I do anticipate. Sheffield United are the other ones, and I'm sure it's just a matter of time before they kick the gear. But can anybody stop Bournemouth? I don't know. 6 points clear at the moment. They are looking too good. Alrighty, let's take a look at what's going on next weekend. Then show, of course, QPR will take on Nottingham Forest. That's next Friday. Fulham will take on West Brom in the top of the table crunch clash there. Hull City against Coventry City. Bristol City against Barnsley. Huddersfield against Millwall. Middlesbrough against Birmingham. Preston will take on Luton. Sheffield United will take on Blackpool. Stoke City will take on Cardiff. Now managers Cardiff now. Swansea City against Peterborough. Reading against Bournemouth, of course. And of course, the game of the day will be at Pride Park as Rovers go to Derby. That's right. Late kickoff there on a Saturday for Reading. It's like an 8 o'clock kickoff. That's a bit of a strange one. But anyway, that's that. And that is pretty much all I've got for you today, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash your thumbs up. If you're new, smash your subscribe. Check out the links down below. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Facebook as well. Make sure you go over there and smash the old follow so you keep me bang up to date. And of course, you can keep up the chat with me, especially on the Discord. It is wide open, free to enter. All a bit of fun over there. And also check out the Patreon if you want to help us out in another way and become a best mate for life. Check it all out down below. But until then, I'll see you soon. Until then, well done, Rovers. You deserve this. You deserve this. And hopefully we'll get another one on Saturday on Halloween Eve.